So in this video, guys, let's talk about death so we can appreciate life, living. And there was this commercial that played on TV for the longest time, and I absolutely loved it when it was playing, and then it stopped for the longest time. And I thought, that's a shame. I should have taken note of the funeral company so I can watch it again and make a video about it. I wanted to make a video inspired by this clip, and I did end up finding it on YouTube because it played again recently, and I thought, yes, let's Google this, let's YouTube this and find it. And here it is. It's only a minute long, and I'll just quickly talk you through it as it's playing. It's a couple they both seem to be full-time workers, and they're very busy in their lives. And many times they're not saying hello, goodbye to each other. They're missing the little moments. And in the end of this clip, the wife's bangle gets caught on the husband's jacket, and they look at each other, smile, hug, all that beautiful stuff. It's about appreciating the little moments in life. And the reason I love that commercial so much is I have studied many philosophies. My whole goal in this life was inner peace. I wanted inner peace under all conditions, and I didn't care what I had to study to achieve that. And one of the beautiful teachings from Stoicism is think of yourself as already dead, then take what's left of this life and live it correctly. Why is this such a powerful way of viewing life? Because everything's happening in the present moment. We're only ever experiencing now. Such a cliche of spirituality. There is only the present moment, but it's true. In the present moment, your birth took place. In the present moment, your death will be taking place. In the present moment, all of your life has taken place. You can only experience now, this moment. So why that teaching resonated with me from Stoicism so much is, yes, think of yourself as already dead. Because in the present moment, in a future present moment, which doesn't make sense, future present moment, you will be gone, non-existent. Whatever happens after that, I'm not going to get into. But the fact remains, in the present moment, you'll no longer be here, in a future present moment. So what should you do? Think of yourself as already gone, dead. Now you're living on borrowed time. This is bonus time. So take what's left of this life and live it correctly. And how would you do that? Remember, you're dead already. So what should you do with this time? Live by godly principles. And just quickly, that was the whole theme of a recent video where I was saying I went from being an atheist to living by godly principles through the lens of Advaita Vedanta. And an atheist saw that video and left 21 comments on my channel, and that's fine. I want to make a video regarding that video and those comments. But that's all I was getting to in that video, living by godly principles, whether you believe in a God or not. And one thing I didn't mention in that video, because I'm assuming I'm talking to an audience that knows what I'm talking about. But of course, many people don't. What do I mean by living by godly principles? Having the mindset of service, devotion, surrender, gratitude, humility, love. You don't have to believe in a God to live by these concepts. And here's another thing I do. I treat every day like this is it. I've only got 24 hours to live. My mindset is I only have 24 hours to live. This is my last day alive. My loved ones will be taken care of. They're going to be fine after they get through all the grief, of course. But this is my last day alive. So what do I want to spend my time doing? Thinking, overthinking, thinking about the people that made me angry? Or do I just want to appreciate the moment? I just want to appreciate life for what it is in my last 24 hours. There are beautiful things to see, hear, taste, feel and smell. Having a sense of gratitude to be able to experience the beauty of this reality. Having the sense of gratitude that I have the senses to experience the objects. I can experience seeing beautiful things, and I have the eyes to experience seeing beautiful things. I can hear beautiful things and have the ears capable of hearing beautiful things. I can taste delicious food and have the sense of taste to do it. I can love people. I can love this reality and have the capability of feeling love. Just this sense of gratitude. Humility. realizing I do not know what this reality is about. All I know is I know I exist. I feel like something's happening. That's all I truly know for certain. Humility. I don't know it all. Being appreciative of what's happening in the moment. Many times I've caught myself doing this where you're just say you're sitting in public, people watching. What does our mind naturally like to do? Oh, there's a baby running up to its mum. Yeah, and I like to take a step back and go, wow, this is such a beautiful moment. To see the innocence on the child's face, running up to its mum with a smile, and the mum with a grin ear to ear, with her arms out, waiting to receive the child, hug it, maybe hold it up in the air. Just that scene is so beautiful, which you can only find beautiful if you get out of this thinking mind and just appreciate the moment. Remember the mindset. This is my last 24 hours. And in fact, this is kind of like a framework to live day by day, but literally this will be the case. One day it will be your last 24 hours. Everything's happening in the present moment. One day will be your last. So why not take that attitude of gratitude, humility, letting things go. So much anger and hate comes from things that ultimately don't matter. Who cares about everyone's beliefs? What they believe, what they said, what they did? Everyone that's angry is hurting. Everyone wants to be happy. So if everyone wants to be happy, not everyone has the skills and capabilities of expressing their hurt in a productive way. A lot of hurt comes out as anger, hatred. No happy person goes around spreading misery, hate, and anger. That comes from a person that's hurting. Doesn't know how to deal with grief or doesn't know how to deal with a blocked desire. Why are we angry? Because we want something or something to be as we want it and it's not. Then we get angry. And that's where the teachings of surrender come in. There's your will and God's will. And for all the atheists out there, yes, these are just concepts. God's will, your will. But all you need to do, if you don't like these God concepts, focus on what you can control. What they say in Stoicism. All you can control is this person. You can't control this reality. It's going to do what it's going to do. You can put in so much effort and things turn out well. You can put in so much effort and it turns out wrong. Other people can do a half-assed job and get all the rewards. All you can do is focus on what you can control and leave the rest up to God or the universe. These are all concepts. So, and that's again why I was saying in that other video, live by godly concepts, principles, and you're going to have a cruisy life. Here's another powerful thing I do when I say goodbye to loved ones. It's kind of gives me a deep sense of gratitude and kind of unsettling because I know it to be true. It is true. You know it to be true too, which is every time you say goodbye to a loved one. See you tomorrow, see you next week. As I'm saying that, the next thought that comes to my mind is one day this will not be the case. I hope this to be the case, but one day it's not going to be the case. See you next week. See you tomorrow. One day that's not going to come. So that again gives you that deep sense of gratitude. Living by godly principles, again, all I'm saying is have gratitude, humility, letting things go, operating from the root of love, seeing everyone as yourself, or we're all part of a universal family. Having gratitude for all the beautiful experiences and all the negative experiences. Again, I love positive comments on YouTube and I also love negative comments. I love going back and forth, debating, getting all heated. Well, I don't really get heated anymore. In my younger days, I did. Getting into all the battles, getting called all these names. You're an idiot, you're crazy, you're not spelling things correctly. I love it all. I have a sense of humor about it because I'm grateful I can do this. I leave all my philosophy and spirituality for YouTube, but when I'm out in this real world, I take all this philosophy off and just look at everyone as another version of me and love them. Be grateful for them. If we remove all these beliefs, what do you think? What do I think? Who's right? Who's wrong? What do we really care about? Love. We want to be around loving, compassionate people. We want to be around people with a sense of humor that makes us laugh. I do not care what my parents believe or any loved ones. All I care about is when I'm with them, they make me happy. They tell me stories. We have experiences. My mum loves cooking. She cooks me beautiful food. We sometimes have discussions about philosophy and religion. She leans more towards Christianity, and we have little heated discussions, who's right, but ultimately it doesn't matter. It's all about gratitude. Remember, imagine if this was your last 24 hours. And what are your three options at death? An eternal blank, like this never happened, reincarnation, where life continues on in another form, or you're going to go to a heaven or a hell. So this life is temporary. So why attach to it and make it get so serious about it, so negative? That's another thing I talk about with people that are very nihilistic. There's a couple I know in my life, at my workplace. Oh, you got to die of something. Life's all this, life's all that. And I told one of them, I said, well, if life is all this and all that, and it's all temporary, we're all going to die anyway, why not have a sense of humor? Why not have a bit of fun? Why not have the mindset of a child again? Be a bit silly, random. Have a bit of a laugh. Why go to your grave, whenever that's going to be, miserable, hating life? Temporary anyway, you're admitting it yourself as a nihilist. It's meaningless. We're all going to die anyway. If it's meaningless, bring some meaning into it. Have a bit of fun, excitement, gratitude. Have you even tried that? Because when you do try that, when you understand life is temporary, one day it will be your last day, have a bit of fun. Muck around a bit. Tell people what you've always wanted to tell them in a nice way. But that's what it all comes down to, guys. How you choose to live your life, you're going to do. But how I choose to live my life is, think of myself as already dead. And I'm on borrowed time. This is the bonus. You've died, that's it. And God said, here's a bit of bonus time. Do what you want with it. And use it wisely. So what do? Thank you. Thank you for this bonus time, God. I'm going to spend the rest of this time showing so much love, gratitude, humility, surrender as I can. Because it gives you so much peace, happiness, and joy. That's ultimately why you do it. If you're not used to doing this, you're going to think that's boring. I don't want to do that. But like anything, if you try it, if you slowly practice the art of surrender, gratitude, humility, you're going to feel so full and complete. Don't you want your last days on this earth to feel a sense of happiness, peace, gratitude? Perhaps not. But if you're anything like me, that's what I have wanted this entire existence. That's why I got into philosophy and spirituality. I was an atheist and miserable. Now, one thing I should say, atheism doesn't equate to misery. All I'm saying is I had no faith in a higher power. I would picture my life as if I had everything materialistically, I still felt that's not going to do it for me. So I apologize to any atheist that think I'm equating atheism with misery. What I'm basically trying to say is I was an atheist, had no belief in a higher power or godly principles, and it made me miserable. And again, you can follow these godly principles and be an atheist. And what are they? What was I basically trying to say? Look at others as another version of you. Serve them. Surrender to this reality. Another way to say it is focus on what you can control. And what you can't control, don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Be very humble. Don't think you know it all. Humility gets you everywhere. When you're very proud and arrogant, what are you proud and arrogant of? Your thoughts. Your thoughts about reality. Did you come up with your thoughts? Did you come up with your language, your ideas, your concepts? No. These were taught to you. You're walking around thinking your thoughts about reality is all there is to it. And everyone else is wrong. Have the mindset of a child. You don't know. That's why, again, I love Advaita Vedanta. If you don't even know what Advaita Vedanta is, don't knock it until you understand it. The foundation of Advaita Vedanta is, the only thing I know for certain is I know I exist. I'm conscious. This could be a dream. This could be a simulation. Who knows what this is? But the only thing I know for certain is I know I exist. And I've got some concepts about life. And you can take on atheistic concepts if you so choose. You can take on Christian, Muslim, Jewish concepts. Or you can take on the concepts of Advaita Vedanta, which is, all I know is I know I exist, and I need some concepts to navigate this reality. Some concepts will make me feel miserable. Some concepts I don't resonate with, and some concepts will make me feel a state of peace, happiness, and love. You know you exist, and you need some concepts for this mind to navigate this reality. I won't make this a detailed discussion of Advaita Vedanta, but at the end of the day, the ultimate thing we need to do is be grateful. Think like this is your last day alive, because one day that will be the case. Under the normal way of viewing reality. One day this will be the last day alive, so appreciate it. Be grateful. Do what you need to do and say what you need to say. Lose your sense of fear. That's another thing. We're very fearful. I don't want to say this. I don't want to do this. I'm scared. Your last day alive. Do and say what you want to say. It will give you a sense of peace and freedom. And it's so freeing. Being what you are, being what you want to be is so freeing. Life's temporary anyway. Tell people what you want to tell them in a loving way. Do what you want to do in a loving way, and you can't go wrong. I'll end the video there, guys. Take care of yourselves, eh? See ya.